Hi there. Welcome to the Small Business Coffee Break, the video series where we take a few minutes to work on your business, not just in it. Today we're talking with Wayne Eldred of the Outliers Institute about how you can gain wisdom from everywhere. The Outliers Institute is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to helping small businesses get the practical knowledge and tools they need in order to meet their goals. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it.
Going back to business, it's that, you have to get creative and you have to expose yourself to different industries to get creative. Because, I learn, as a God-fearing man, I realized that everything on this planet was created by my God, right? And so everything has a lesson to be taught or learned. You just have to pay attention. Right? And a lot of us, we only look to books and people for that wisdom. But wisdom's everywhere. Wisdom's everywhere. And you just have to have time to reflect on that.
It's funny, recently I was talking to, I don't know if it was my father or my wife or someone, but it might have been my father-in-law. But we were talking about Jeff Bezos going into space and the marvel that is being able to accomplish something like that. And it struck me for a moment, and I'm like, we see these things that we've accomplished, and we marvel at them. Like we loaded a rocket with fuel, we pointed it at the sky, it did exactly what it was supposed to do, it landed, marveled at this magnificence. I go, but every morning the sun rises, infinitely more complex.
Sure.
Than the launch rocket. And when the moment we open our eyes, we take in that first breath, we take in that oxygen into our lungs, infinitely more complex than trying to launch a rocket. But we don't necessarily marvel at those things that are right in front of us.
Sure.
And I think that's maybe what you were alluding to, was that sometimes what we need to learn is right in front of us. And that if we have people along with us, your friend who may not be a strict mentor-mentee relationship, but there's definitely some co-mentoring going on, that can help us. And we want to find the people around, or find ourselves around the people that are going to be able to help us fill in those gaps in our personality, in our lack of academia, in our lack of practical knowledge. A lot of times, my father and I, we work together. We've worked together for a long time, and people sometimes ask us, working with your dad could be, hard, and working with your son could be hard. What's your secret? Our secret is simple. We both know we have something to offer.
There you go, and that's humility.
Yeah, we can do this together because alone we know it would be harder, but together we have something to offer and we can get further. So obviously him being one of my mentors, my primary mentor, from everything to tying my shoes to how to run an insurance agency. I think that's really an important part of the process, and choosing those people very, very carefully, because the wrong one could also, unfortunately, you talked about a situation where people maybe tend to handle things emotionally. Obviously, they're going to handle their business emotionally. If you're choosing someone who's going to feed into that versus help level it, you're going to be heading in the wrong direction. Let's keep the conversation going. If you have any questions for Wayne, ask him in the comments, or I put his contact information in the description. If you have any questions you'd like me to ask Wayne or any other professional in their field, my contact information is also in the description, and I'm always open to direct messages. See you next week for another cup of coffee and more questions answered.